What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm very excited to showcase one of my best records that I've ever had in a day in the Go Battle League, but I used a very interesting Pokemon, Shadow Bug Bite Forretress. This Pokemon, I think, has been a little bit overshadowed by the Volt Switch moveset recently, but people have forgot just how strong Bug Bite is. It has a lot of fast move pressure. Its pacing, honestly, isn't that bad thanks to Sand Tomb being a pretty decent bait move, and Rock Tomb, while it did get nerfed this season, it is still incredible. This team was an amazing team to use, and honestly, I think I had some of my most favorite battles this season, so make sure to watch all the way to the end. Real quick though, before we get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It does help out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's into the battles and see what this team can do. First game of the day, we're going to try out Shadow Sableye, Shadow Forretress core. I feel like it's a pretty cool duo that I don't see too often. Empoleon in the lead. Okay, I have a lot of neutral play against this across the board, so I'm kind of happy to see this here. Although I think in the 2-shield, actually I think in all even shielding scenarios, Empoleon probably wins, but that's fine, because I can at least neutralize it. I can put them into a farm down range for my backline, because Empoleon does end up winning CMP against Sableye. So that's why it's not quite as good for me as I might like. Alright, big foul play. Let's see if they're going to go for a shield here or not. I would imagine they do, but maybe they no shield and try to survive? Oh, they caught? I didn't even see the catch. That's, I guess a good play by them. I did not even see the text that say, you know, they brought in Forretress, but okay, you know, whatever. We have steel types for this. And honestly, that foul play did do a decent chunk of damage here, so I'm kind of happy-ish to still almost get rid of this Pokemon one day. Yeah, Rock Tomb, despite the fact that I did get debuffed by that Chilling Water, I think this is still going to be enough to get a shield or a knockout. I would be surprised to see a shield come up. Oh, not quite. One Bug Bite. Oh, wow, they actually do get the move off. You know? I guess the Rock Tomb nerf coming in clutch for them. I kind of thought that would knock out, I'm not gonna lie. That's remarkably lucky for them that they survive and they get that move off, but... Alright. In comes an Emolga. 5. Wow. I don't like seeing that either. We're getting put in a really awkward spot right now, I will say. I'm gonna go for that. That's only a discharge, right? I'm pretty sure that's just a discharge coming through. I'm going to no-shield this. I can survive a discharge. And I save a shield now for my Corviknight later on. Their defense has been dropped. Likely we get a shield here. Likely they also switch into their Empoleon, right? And farm us down. Oh, they let that go? Okay. Sableye will get farmed down. Don't necessarily love that. But now I gotta go for the reverse farm with my Corviknight. I can survive one Hydro Cannon. 2 Hydro Cannons gets a little bit scary, but I can also go for a shield at some point, right? So, like, this is not anywhere near over just yet. Okay, they do throw their move here. We'll see what's going to happen. I think I can shield, farm down, double Air Cutter, and hopefully win. Because they took that move on the Emolga, right? So they're very low on HP. If we ever see a Emolga come in, I need to go for the Air Cutter as quickly as I can. I also have my Forretress with some fast move pressure in the back if I need it. Okay, nice. We have double Air Cutter. I still have a lot of fast move pressure across the board with my Shadow Bug Bites, despite the fact that they are resisted by the entire team from my opponent here. I'm pretty sure we just go double Air Cutter. We Sand Attack and Bug Bite through the rest of that... The guy, what's it called? The Empoleon. That's the dude that's still left. Honestly, I'm going to switch here, because I'm pretty low. I want to make sure, like, no shenanigans happen where they farm me down, Hydro Cannon, my Forretress. We Bug Bite down. Honestly, a pretty interesting game there. Alright, next opponent. We will see Shadow Sableye up against Malamar. Okay, well, I would love it if they swap out, because I have a much better answer to this in the backline. Although Sableye is remarkably good here as well, so I'm happy if they stay in too. I would imagine at some point they're going to try to go for a catch, because, like, honestly, why wouldn't they? I'm going to shield this up, because I want them to think that I'm a little bit scared of the Malamar. I want them to invest in it, and that is what we see them do. They actually bring in a Walrein. Why? What? Okay, not exactly the best answer to a Shadow Sableye, I would say, especially a Sableye up this much energy. Can I just, like, shield another time, farm down? I think I can just shield a second time, farm all the way down, get my Malamar, or get my Forretress into the Malamar, and they're going to be in some trouble. Yeah, I get a lot of energy out of that, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty nice. If we see Malamar come in, I think I just hard switch into my Forretress here, because they should be switch locked for a second still. But we'll see if they come in with that or something else in the back. Maybe I shouldn't have brought this in here, but we brought it in because honestly, they're not going to ever bring in their other guy here. And I saved my Sableye. Wait, these bug bites are shredding. What the heck? Bug bite is actually doing a pretty sizable amount of damage here. That's kind of crazy. Like, it's probably doing 2 damage a turn. We get a Sandtomb off. They're at half HP. This Carbink is not in the best spot, not gonna lie. I know that my Corviknight is not necessarily amazing into Carbink, but it's not gonna be in that spot, I guess, because Forretress is just putting in so much work right now. We get another Sandtomb off. We have so much energy left over, too, on our Sableye. I think we just win this now. Forretress is actually putting in way more work here than I would have thought. The Shadow Bug Bites ripping through this thing's HP. Like, honestly, we just bring in Corviknight here. If they swap into Malamar, I just bring in my Sableye and I throw my Foul Plays. My sand attacks are going to shred because of the defense drops here. I don't have the Dazzling Gleam, but, I mean, Foul Play plus Shadow Claws, they should be pretty painful as well. They do let that go. I think their best course of action is trying to, like, Psywave us down, maybe, if that is possible. That is, like, the one way they have of having some play here. If they ever have to throw energy, that's pretty bad for them. Sableye, are you just insane? Sableye is just insane, actually. Oh my goodness, we survived the Psywaves, get a 3rd Foul Play off? Wow. You know, this couldn't be a better showcase of the team, even if I want it to be. Because, like, Forretress put in so much work. Corviknight, I guess, didn't do as much, but Corviknight, I use that every day. It's fine. Corviknight can take it a little bit easy here. We'll just pay back this Carbink, because why not? Wow. Okay. Well, I think Shadow Bug Bite Forretress might actually be kind of good. Payback just knocks at the Carbink. What a game. That was interesting. I honestly did not realize how good that would be for Forretress. I swapped in the Forretress and I kind of thought at first, like, that was kind of bad for us, because, I mean, they're taking resisted Bug Bites. Sandtomb's never the best move to have to throw, but I guess nowadays it might not be as bad, right? Next opponent against Oreo, fellow streamer. Let's see what he's running. Shadow Sableye into Galarian Corsola. Very good lead. Our Forretress wants to avoid this if we can, so we'll see if there's a spot for it this game. We see a Corviknight swap in. Okay. Not exactly a hard counter to a Sableye here. I can go for Foul Play, and the best thing about this is Foul Play does about as much damage as, like, a Payback would do from my own Corviknight, so I can just inherently give myself an advantage. Oh, not even that. It puts way more work, actually. They're in range where 1 Payback knocks them out. I'm going to be outside of range where 2 Paybacks knock me out, so this is going to be pretty awkward for them. Corsola, Corviknight core, though. Very strong duo already from our opponent here. So not surprising to see. I'll go for the Payback after a couple extra sand attacks just to have a bit of energy for that Corsola if it comes back in. If they do end up shielding this, honestly, I am fine just letting my Corviknight go. Because, I mean, switch clocks are desynced. They're probably going to try to dance around this a little bit, which they are. But you know what also hurts a Corsola? It's going to be a Payback. So we're going to throw this as quickly as we can. If I can, I do also want to swap into my Sableye here before they get a move off. So that way I can just shield once Shadow Claw all the way down. And then hopefully just spam out charge attacks into whatever comes in. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, maybe they have like a Wigglytuff in the back line. The way they played out this game, they make it seem like they're trying to bait my Sableye back in here just to get a farm down. If that is the case, though, Sableye up this much energy is not unplayable in that spot. All right, what comes in? If Corviknight comes in, we Foul Play. Anything else, I guess we play it by ear. There's the Corviknight. There's the Foul Play. And I guess we'll see if we get a shield. Foul Play does actually get a shield, huh? I feel like they always error cutter us here, right? But I'm going to shield this anyway, because I should be able to get a second Foul Play off either way. They do error cutters, so not the best shield ever, but Foul Play, it's going to knock him out. It's pretty good for us to have 3 Pokemon against 1 potentially in the back line. There are things that could be annoying here. You know, Fire types wouldn't be amazing. Oh, Shadow Quagsire, that is perfectly fine. Because what we can do, I guess if they don't throw Aqua Tail, we get a Foul Play. I was just going to say, we're going to go for a Sandtomb and just fast move them all the way down, but also getting a Foul Play off is not a bad thing, so we'll go for that. And now Bug Bites is pretty good. Yeah, we shred this thing. Nice. Okay, that's a really good showcase of Sableye, actually. I think Sableye is a little bit underrated, but the threat of Wigglytuff being in the meta always gives it a little bit of a scare. Next opponent. Team's been putting in work so far. Let's see if we can keep it going. Wow. Another Corsola. I like this, but it's also like, what did I do to deserve a good lead? That's crazy. I wonder if I should have brought in my Forretress here. Although I bet Shadow Forretress is not, like, completely amazing in this matchup. I bet it's good, but I bet it could be a little bit scary. Alright, because, like, 2 Crunch is probably 2-shot the Forretress, right? We don't get defense dropped, and that's huge. Because a defense debuff would have made it so, potentially, we'd be in a spot where, the second Crunch could knock us out. Oh, we get a boost. That's also really nice. That's going to make it so I can farm down now over time. I would imagine the final Pokemon could potentially be a Corviknight. I used that team myself pretty recently, so not the most surprising if that is the case. I'm going to go just instantly, though, for an Air Cutter, trying my best to get this thing out of here. I would love a shield, actually. I think a shield would be the best case scenario. No, they don't go for it. I'm going to switch, hoping there's no Wigglytuff. Okay, well, it's not exactly what I thought it was, but I think it's still pretty playable. Shadow Gliscor. I guess this also would have been pretty awkward for my Forretress, so it is good to bait this back out. Or bait this out in the first place, I should say. They do go for a Sand Tomb into us, and I don't love that inherently, but we can shield this up. We can get another 2 foul plays off if we have to, which I think we will probably have to if we want to win this game. Foul play is going to do its very best here to chunk down this Gliscor. Likely we end up seeing another shield to get that Sand Tomb off. Yep. But I can shield this up. I can foul play. And then I think I have to switch into my Forretress if I'm being honest. I don't think I can give a farm down over. Because I'm at -2 defense. There's no way that my Sableye gets another foul play. At least not right now. But I can bring in my Forretress here. I can debuff them with a Rock Tomb. And while I do resisted Bug Bite damage, I don't think it really matters against Corsola, because Bug Bite still does 2 damage per turn. So, like, it still adds up, right? It still adds up, and I don't think they can Astonish us down after I get the Rock Tomb off. At least not before I get another Sand Tomb. Yeah, Rock Tomb is going to do probably about half the remaining HP. I still have my Corviknight around. I still have my Sableye around, so there's a lot of moving parts in this game that are still very much up in the air. But yeah, Bug Bite's going to add up quite a bit. Honestly, they're almost in Air Cutter range. Yeah, wow, dude, these Bug Bites, quote-unquote resisted damage, by the way. But, you know, we do have a lot of little things that have to go right still for us this game. They likely are going to go for a Nightshade to knock out my Sableye. Oh, well, they didn't have enough energy for that, I guess. Never mind. It was an easy win. All right, we'll take it. All right, next opponent. Let's see if we can get the 5-0. It's always like we go 4-0, and then we, like, just lose the 5th game, so we'll see. Forretress on their side. Let's see if they're on Bug Bite. No, they're on the old moveset. Well, I guess it's more like the new moveset. I'm the one on the old moveset. But Shadow into Shadow, a foul play would do a pretty devastating amount of damage, I think, into them. Likely we do get a shield here, right? Yeah, they're at 3, 4. Okay. Rock Tomb would hurt quite a bit. They might Sand Tomb us, but I'd be fine if they don't debuff my attack stat. I just kind of want to whittle this down as much as I can, so my backline doesn't have to deal with it. My Forretress and my Corviknight both are not hard countered by this necessarily, but they are not amazing into it either, I'd say, so I'm happy to whittle it down if I can. They have a Rock Tomb now, but I can Bug Bite this down, I think. Do I reveal the Bug Biter, or do I reveal the Corviknight? They Rock Tomb, so that does, in fact, knock us out. I think we go for Bug Bites, honestly. We don't even take a Volt Switch here, so we just get 3 free Bug Bites. In the back is a Jellicent. We'll switch out, although it's not like we don't have play into that with our Forretress. They're staying in. They're going to go for a Shadow Ball. Maybe switch out after the fact. We'll see. What's in the back here for them? Pretty meta core. I could see, like, another Ghost type, potentially. Oh, it's a Licky Licky. Or, okay. Yeah, you know, I was talking about how I might be going 4-0 to the 4-1. I feel like 4-1 is very likely right now. I don't know exactly what we can do to win this, but I think that the best chance I have is by keeping my Corviknight in play. They're at 5, so 1 if they don't bait. Okay. 2, 3, 4. And, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens here. My Corviknight is still a factor this game, and that's going to be helpful. They no-shield that. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know this is only an air cutter. They might know that as well. But honestly, I think just going for a lot of little damage is not a bad thing. We get a shield, okay. 5. Oh, they throw quickly here. They're at 5, so they likely surf us. Which means they're 7 away, or is it 6 away, rather, from like a Shadow Ball plus a Surf. They have a Surf ready to go now, but they should be 4 away from the next charge attack. So I need to Rock Tomb and hope I Bug Bite down. I think I just one turn lagged, which is not amazing, but it's fine. Shadow Rock Tomb plus like 3 or 4 more Bug Bites, let's hope. That Shadow Fortress can do it? I don't know. I don't know, it's gonna be so close. Okay, wait a second. I thought I was gonna lose that one. We just got a 5-0. Oh my goodness. See, ghost types are not a problem for Bug Bite. You just have the fast move pressure. That's all you need. I feel a little bit dirty after that, but also, we just beat like a Volt Switch Fortress, so I don't feel as dirty as you might expect. 27-18, pretty good climb. Let's keep it going. Okay, next opponent. That is a massive up pair. They're legend pushing. Oh, okay, hello, Guzzlord, how you doing? I'm gonna switch in my Corviknight here and hope they don't have a hard answer for us. I know that they might be expecting that I'd have another Guzzlord answer in the back, so maybe they're gonna just try to soft lose this matchup as the Guzzlord, or maybe they switch out to something that I still have play into. I'll be interested to see what happens. Okay, they bring in a Corviknight. Well, that's a good thing to bait out, I guess, but I wouldn't be surprised either with a second Steel type in the back, or potentially a Ghost. At least the Brutal Swing doesn't put me into a range where I get knocked out just by a single payback from them. Yo, I'm lagging, guys. I think I just lost a couple of sand attacks. That's fine. That's fine. We don't want our fast moves anyway. You know, it's... fast moves are overrated. But that is, like, not super ideal. Sometimes you do actually want all your fast attacks to come through. We'll go, though, for the payback, likely get a no-shield, and now they'll go for an air cutter to knock us out, which makes sense. At least I could bait potentially having Dazzling Gleam on my Sableye. Like, they don't know my moveset, so they don't knock me out there. That's actually a little annoying. They get more farm. I was hoping that would KO me, and then hopefully they don't get a move off. Okay, no move here against us. Okay. Okay. Maybe playable? 5. I mean, I have to shield, right? That's always the play. Double shield the Shadow Forretress. That is maybe the most bold play you'll ever see. And this might be an insane play. For viewers at home, they might be like, why are you going for a Rock Tomb here? And the main reason is so I survive a Hydro Cannon better. Maybe that's a terrible play, though. I don't know. I think Bug Bites are doing enough damage that I don't necessarily need a debuff. Although a debuff would be nice. I mean, I have to shield this. I need to make sure this Empoleon shields. 9. And I am outside of Brutal Swing range for now. So that's nice. If I had Dazzling Gleam, I honestly think this game would probably be a pretty easy win. But since I don't have it, I'm a little bit scared. 3. Okay, can I farm this down in time? I honestly have no idea. What the heck? Like, how good is Shadow Bug Bite Forretress, dude? What is this Pokemon? Like, actually, what is happening? I probably should have just gone for the Sand Tomb there, but they don't throw energy, so it doesn't really matter. We just go for a foul play. Like, what? How did that just happen? I just bug bit through, like, I Rock Tombed an Empoleon, and I just bug bit them all the way down. I don't know what to say. Alright, well, I'm a little bit disgusted, I will say, with what Forretress has shown it can do so far today. But we'll see if we can keep it going. We do see a little bit of an unfortunate lead. The Empoleon is not exactly what I want to see, if I'm being honest. I'm going to try something different this time, because we just saw what Forretress can do into, like, Empoleon and stuff. I'm just going to let this go. Because I know at this point there is a chance Empoleon is paired up with Pokemon like Altaria in the backline. If that's the case, then I want to make sure that I have a shield advantage on my Forretress. Oh, they let that go? Wow. I was not expecting the switch out. Why are Shadow Bug Bites doing 90% of their HP? Like, why are they at half HP right now? Oh, they always Sand Tomb here, right? Yeah, they're at 2. Like, do you guys see my fast move pressure right now? We do realize that I'm a Forretress, right? I am not an offensive Pokemon. Dude! What? Oh no, with the Core Breaker! Maybe there's still a chance, I don't know. But it is a little bit of a scary Pokemon to see. I at least have a Corviknight in the back as my other Steel type. A little bit more playable than it could be otherwise. Or, okay. They'd probably go for a Seed Bomb bait, because, I mean, there's not really much reason not to bait at this point. Aside from, like, if I call it, you know? But that only helps them out if they bait once. Like, a second bait doesn't really help them out much at all. But Empoleon is still around. They no-shield that. That's a good call. Man, imagine if I would have paybacked there. I did not expect, honestly, for them to no-shield that. But we'll play it out. There's still a chance this game. Because, like, I'm getting so much with my Corviknight still. Right? It's going to be able to put out the pressure a little bit. Hey, is this a good play? I don't know. Like, I catch a move. I don't know if I really meant to, necessarily, but we'll say we did. Because, like, now, if I can get a Air Cutter off into this before I take another Incinerate, and then I can Air Cutter the Empoleon, maybe I can win this game still. We'll see. They Seed Bomb us. If they're out of move now, I could lose this on the Gourgeist. Guys, what? Like, okay. Okay. I guess Gourgeist is not a problem for this team. All right, next opponent. You know, at some point, our hype is going to go down. We're going to get humbled a little bit. Hopefully it's not right now. If this is a Bug-Bite Forretress, I'm actually a little bit scared. Because I bet Shadow Bug-Bite Forretress into Shadow Sableye has a nasty 2-shield matchup. But looks like they are just on Volt Switch, like we do come to expect from Forretress these days. Okay. For Rock Tomb, I don't know if it would quite knock us out from here, but I don't really want to play the game where it does, and then I don't have an easy way to knock this out. I'll just match shields here, I think. And that way, I guarantee no matter what happens, this Forretress is not going to be, like, a massive problem for the backline. Foul play ends up landing. And once again, we see that Sableye, it doesn't necessarily win the one-shield matchup, but it's not bad either. Last time when I was in this spot, I farmed down with Forretress, but honestly, they're a little bit lower than last time. I think Sand Attacks could give me more of an energy lead. Like, this could be more helpful than anything else. You know, I'm going to switch here. I know I have play there. Whoa. I just go Sand Tomb. That's a Shelgon. That is not what they were probably hoping my moveset was. Okay, so we just tap our screens now, right? I think that's the play. Oh my goodness. All right. GG's. All right, we got our next battle. I feel like it's got to happen one day where we're just in a really bad spot where we get RPS'd and where we're sad. But like right now, I am over the moon with how this day has gone. We are seeing that the Malamar is staying in though, so not necessarily, you know, the best case situation, because I do have a Forretress in the back. And I would love it if, you know, I could save my Sableye. We'll go for a foul play right when we do reach energy for, you know, potential Dazzling Gleam. If they let this go, I might try something Devious. I don't know if this is a good play, but that was really funny. Okay, that is not an answer. We have learned this. I think I really liked the way I played this out last time, where I go for a Rock Tomb first. Just make it so I can survive a Hydro Cannon a lot easier. We'll try this, I guess. If they no-shield this, that's also fine by me, because that's a lot of good damage against this. Oh, they do no-shield, but they swap into a Shadow Galarian Weezing? Okay. 7, are you gonna overheat me? I don't think so. I mean, if you do, that's also very fine. No, they're at 4. Okay, I'm just gonna go for a Sand Tomb. I mean, maybe I should have, like, just instantly Sand Tombed, but, you know, it's fine. No matter what happens here, I'm happy with what's going on. Nice, we get a shield with that. And now our Air Cutters and Sand Attacks, they're gonna start shredding, right? We've seen their moveset. At least we probably imagine we know what their moveset is. There's no way they're on Brutal Swing plus Overheat. They are on Brutal Swing plus Overheat, so I am eating my words just a little bit right now. That is crazy. I think I lose this game, maybe. Oh, but they let us get this off. I can't believe they're not on Sludge. I guess I should have shielded that. Oh, you should get a shield here. And, I mean, I Shadow Claw this down. I should be able to foul play the Empoleon, hopefully before they get a move off. We might still be fine. I'm one Shadow Claw away from a foul play. They need to have a Hydro Cannon after one Metal Sound to win this game. It doesn't even matter they had Overheat. It doesn't even matter. What? Okay. Phenomenal. Alright. Next battle. Shadow Sableye into Shadow Swampert. Alright, you know, honestly, I'm not gonna stay in here. It might be a bad play to bring in the Forretress so quickly. It's our trump card, right? It's like our best Pokemon that we have on our team. But our Bug Bites are gonna shred them, and Sableye gets outpaced. So I'd rather just make a proactive play, rather than being in a spot where we give this Swampert some leverage against us. Whoa. Like, what if they bring in a Florges here to counter our Forretress? That is a bit of an insane counter swap, but, you know, it's good for us to see. We have Shadow Rock Tombs. Likely they shield this, because it is the highest damaging move I'm going to do, or not. They go for a Chilling Water. And honestly, right now, if I can, I want to take a second Chilling Water, and then hopefully swap back into my Sableye. As long as that would be enough, like, to be in Shadow Claw downrange. Is this Shadow Claw downrange? I think it is, honestly. I'm going to let this go. So they brought in their Fairy to my Steel. I'm going to bring my Dark into their Fairy. Yeah, easy farm down range. Perfect farm down, actually. Actually, it would have been, but they bring in a Wigglytuff here, which I'm being honest, I think I'm fine with. Maybe the first time I've ever said that, but I get a Power Gem into them. I might even get a second. At least I get a Foul Play, like at the very worst. Okay, I get a Foul Play. I don't get a Power Gem, but like that's good damage. And I can save my Forretress this game as a way to clear debuffs, as well as a way to potentially get some more fast move pressure off. We'll switch out here, or switch in immediately. Florges is low on HP, right? It's very low on HP, so that's nice. I was not expecting a double Fairy team, though, so, like, this is not completely over just yet. Like, it's not over at all, if we're being honest. Because Wigglytuff is not the worst into Corviknight. It's insane to say, but it's true, right? Wigglytuff has a lot more play here than you'd expect. Or, okay, well, they do switch out, though, and I wasn't really expecting that. What I'm going to do now is pretty simple. I'm going to Air Cutter, and now I'm going to bring in my Shadow Forretress. They don't even throw energy, so I just get my Sand Tomb off first. This should be able to put them into a farm down range now. They're 4 away from back-to-back attacks. I probably shield this, right? I think this is the play. Shield this farm down. I still have my Corviknight that's very healthy. And, like, they can't farm us down with Wigglytuff, right? Surely not. Like, 2 Charms wouldn't do it. So we just get the Sand Tomb, and then we Corviknight our way through this. Or maybe Sand Tomb just knocks out, then we just sweep with Forretress. That would also be kind of cool. Oh, that just knocks out. And that just knocks out. And that's a Forretress sweep. Because why wouldn't it just sweep here in the Go Battle League? Wow, okay. I think I have been converted into a Shadow Bug Bite Forretress believer. That's back-to-back 5-0s. No shot. That's like 2800s. I'm just in disbelief. Honestly, I don't really know what I was expecting going into the start of the day trying out this Pokemon, but it definitely was not that. I think a lot of people are still stuck on Volt Switch as the main fast move. I know it's like the shiny new option to use, but I think Bug Bite still has so much play in the meta. We saw it here today. It's a lot of fun to use. Give it a go if you have one. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.